All right, and thank y'all for tuning in to ESQ-Astro Sauce. I am the host, ESQ-Astro, and we're getting into today's daily collective spread for Monday, August the 3rd. Okay, and here on ESQ-Astro, we do a classic Egyptian tarot spread pyramid build-up, and we are using the Egyptian tarot cards as well as the Gods of Egypt oracle cards to clarify and classify the reading to its simplest degree. All right. So we do all shuffles live on camera. That way there are no uh-ohs or snafus when it comes to things coming out to clarify, or again, cards being in a certain order. So that I can call this a prosperity reading when showing the opposite. But you just keep it 100 here. You guys will get used to my style sooner than later. And the main thing is that, again, everything is done on camera. Call in the Most High, my spirit guides, and the ancestors to guide the reading. Please call in whoever you need to get the clearest view from your end. First card coming out is the Hermit card in the upright. Okay. Second card is the Hangman in the upright. Judgment in the upright. The Fool upright. Okay, so I'm gonna just stop there. Everything coming out in the upright in the first row, which is pretty interesting. The Hermit again, somebody that's definitely planning, plotting, strategizing, being in that hangman position. Again, it's a place of being content, working towards that happiness, which again, the Hermit is representing that as well. But there is some type of judgment coming in, or some type of situation where a decision is made. It may be for a job, something else in the world, but definitely a new journey is afoot. And so the main thing is to pay attention to any opportunity that comes in, because even though it may not seem big, it may be that first step towards something bigger. So as we know, things go through a process, and I believe that first step of the next process for you is coming. Next card coming out, the Empress reverse. Yeah, so that's talking about that opportunity that's been on hold. Okay. Next card, Strength in reverse. Okay. So yeah, the World in reverse. So yeah, all reversals in that next row. So some things are on the turnaround based upon this journey that's coming afoot. And again, it may be the opportunity that's on hold requires you to take these steps in a new journey to actually acquire some other things that are going to make it maybe a little bit sweeter later. So just keep that in mind. Next card coming out is the Sun upright. Okay. And then we have the High Priestess upright. Yeah, so this is definitely something of a higher calling, of a spiritual nature. I would say that's going on. Again, some things may be in the process of being, still built behind the scenes of things that you're not aware of. Okay. Top of the reading, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, so the Hierophant comes in right after the High Priestess. So there's definitely some hierarchy residing over this reading. Only reversals in that second row. So I would say, look for the turnaround. I mean, we've been in that pivot position for a while now, but look for the turnaround. It may be a direction that you haven't pivoted in to see something that's kind of like right there in front of you. But I think, again, the Most High, your spirit guides, your ancestors are still working in the background and aligning some things to where, again, patience is going to be a virtue. And again, very, very, poignant in this situation as far as having that patience, because again, what's being built for you is not something small. And that's what we have to realize when the Sun card comes out in the position next to the High Priestess. Yeah, this is a grand architect blessing. Something again is being delayed with that golden opportunity with this Empress reverse. But again, the sun is shining on that. So again, it could be something that's being magnified more than what again, can measure based upon what you know. Definitely some information going to be coming in with these Hierophant and the High Priestess card. And it may be from the hierarchy in your family, from work. Again, this could pertain to a judgment of you getting a position, getting a higher position, getting out of cahoots with maybe a particular department and moving departments. I can also see that here. But again, there is a golden opportunity at bay. Just make sure, again, that you're not overpowering situations or pushing too hard to where, again, we force things away from us instead of attracting it towards us. And I could see that happening if you don't, again, either step into your power to, again, judge things correctly and make moves when you definitely see opportunity to do so, to enhance the situation, but not push so hard that, again, things are pushed away or just put in the wrong light to where, again, it causes a fumbling of something, because that's what the world in reverse can mean too. It can mean something old is holding you back, or you may be stuck. You may need to make that change as the fool, but you're stuck because you won't make the change. So again, when that opportunity presents itself based upon the judgment, I think it'll be wise to make that move. Again, you may have to put some things on hold, but again, I believe that's going to influence the full reading, where, again, we get to the sun, some joy, some happiness, some fulfillment. And then that hierarchy of the High Priestess and the Hierophant are definitely going to let you know that you've got support from a higher realm. Whether you witness that or not, it's definitely going to be evident real soon. So just, again, like the meditation card came out reversed the other day. Meditate, but stay prayerful as well. Bottom of the deck is the Devil upright. Okay, so wow, that's a pretty heavy bottom of the deck to what you can't see coming. Okay, and again, that can be an illusion, a delusion, some type of addiction, something toxic, or something binding. Again, to where I don't feel like that's a bad place for the devil to be in the unseen. I just think we have to watch out for overdoing it, overcommitting ourselves, which can happen during this Saturn retrograde we're going through, which is just a reconfiguration of how we actually deal with structure, how we deal with how we structure ourselves. That's what Saturn retrograde is going to be truly about, especially since it's in Aries. It's going to be a lot of reconfiguring structure so that we actually can get better results if we're not getting the results that we've been looking for. And with Saturn retrograde, again, we may be forced into this place based upon, again, Uranus is also in retrograde coming up as well. And these things are definitely going to have some sporadic features to them with this eclipse building up by the 12th of August. So that's the new moon eclipse. So definitely a great time to set intentions. But again, just know your intentions may be quickened based upon that second eclipse and the last eclipse we're going to have in Pisces for the year. Okay, but it'll be in Virgo season because again, Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, so it'll be the Virgo, the top of Virgo season, but the full moon will be in Pisces. So that should be pretty interesting. That should be bringing an ending to some things with that second eclipse that's going to happen around the 26th, 27th of August. And that's definitely going to be bringing in some big changes as we move into the next season in the month of September. Okay, so just a lot of things to keep in mind. Some of this stuff may not be playing out in the now, but I definitely see a futuristic movement to the way the pyramid built up. But again, just watch out for overdoing it, overcommitting, overspending, because it looks like definitely going to be some type of financial abundance coming in or some type of opportunity, and definitely going into the fall and the winter months. We know those are the stockpile save months. So definitely look at that aspect. We're going to clarify with the gods, see what they have to say. They usually get down to the nitty gritty. Again, we do all shuffles on camera. No pre-shuffles. I pull the cards right out the box, how I put them in the day before. And we shuffle them right on camera so you guys see everything. But I think the reading's pretty straightforward. Again, that second row is the only reversals we have so far. So let's see what the gods say and see if they have anything to reverse, or are we on track and in the upright with what I'm seeing. All right. And in the reversal, the change card. Okay. So I would definitely say things, have to change, and I think that's what the turnaround is about, some change has to come in for that to be, or again, things are going to continue to stay the same, or they just may change for, a different reason than you may be seeing. Okay. Bottom of the deck for the gods is the prosperity card. Yeah, I was hoping something pies would come up right, because again, only 4 cards in the reverse. That does clarify the overall reading. So I would definitely say, knowing what's coming with this Saturn retrograde, as well as I believe there's another planet going to go retrograde. I believe it's Uranus going to go retrograde soon too, as well as Venus. Venus going to go retrograde in Libra, and then it's going to back up into Virgo and then come back into Libra. So while it's in Libra, though, it's definitely going to be giving good energy to relationships, to balance things, possible financial windfalls based upon court cases or legal battles. And then when it goes retrograde, it could be bringing back, old monies, depending on where Libra falls in your chart. It could have adverse effects as well based upon house placements or whatever planets you may have there. Okay. So I think the reading's pretty simple. Prosperity coming out is the other part that you can't see. With that devil card at the bottom of that deck is what you can't see. Again, I would just be aware of, these retrogrades, these things that will need to be restructured, remixed, replaced. Because again, whenever we're dealing with retrogrades, it's always a and with that Virgo, with the Venus retrograde transferring from Libra to Virgo, we definitely want to be aware of that, because again, Virgo is that sign that ends the season, and then Libra is the sign that starts the season. So there's a there's a pretty interesting exchange, as that Venus retrograde will be pretty awesome. But again, Venus will be in Libra pretty much the rest of the year, based upon that retrograde. So it'll retrograde back into Virgo, I think, to about 27 degrees, and then it'll move back direct and go through Libra at its regular pace. But it's going to take the rest of the year for that to happen. So you guys be prepared, get ready. Again, if things haven't been in a place where you feel prosperity is the end goal, or far away, it's actually closer than what you're thinking. But again, so I believe some change is required, or some type of journey is required for you to activate taking advantage of these particular opportunities that are still available, but again are on hold based upon other things that have to play out. So patience is definitely a virtue I'm seeing in this reading. Just to look under the devil card, yeah, we have the Tower in reverse. So yeah, there's a rebuild, there's some type of shakeup that's definitely going to bring some change afoot. Okay, but I see judgment in your favor when it comes to things, and again, a hierarchy presiding over that is going to be fair and just based upon your works, your actions, and the things that you've been planning, plotting, and strategizing on, and staying in that place of contentment and just holding your ground and not breaking. Again, like they say, with more responsibility comes great reward, but it's a lot to be responsible for. Again, when you're being elevated to a place that you haven't been before, in particular natures, and it's just something to be aware of. So again, that you don't try to treat something new or something different that you haven't experienced like something you have. Allow yourself to open up and again have some compassion. When it comes to dealing with certain things in this spread, I just see, there could be some pushback in some ways with some of the things you may be trying to manifest. But the main thing is, again, don't stop pushing, but don't push too hard. Make sure you use your strength accordingly. So, to me, that the reading is pretty simple. I've simplified it to the bottom line that I feel I can with the God's oracle overall message. So, you guys resonate with the reading, go ahead and leave me a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Definitely trying to get deeper into the algorithm. We're going to get that numerology video out for you guys this evening. If you didn't check the weekly read that I put out yesterday, along with yesterday's Sunday daily collective read, make sure you check out the weekly read. It was pretty interesting, and I did a different, I didn't do a different method. I still went with the Egyptian pantheon. I just led with the God cards, the oracle cards, to give us a good stay for the week, and then got clarification from the Egyptian tarot, just to kind of simplify the reading on the reverse of what I do the daily. So I think I like that style, so I think the weeklies are going to stay in that nature. But you guys leave me a comment, let me know how you like that, let me know how that plays out for you, and yeah, keep it moving. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.